Hello Elite FT coaches, Coach Dave here. Hey, I know a lot of us are doing some individual private training with some of our kids, and I just want to offer some information and show you just a simple setup that many of us use quite often, I'm sure, and that's a line of zigzag cones where we have them do different dribbling movements in and out of the spaces. I want to cover 5 different movements, and the good thing about this activity is it caters to all the kids that we work with. Low ability, younger kids, higher technical ability with the older kids, or some younger kids who have some good ability, and we have to challenge them. So just want to demonstrate a spectrum of how we can gauge it to a particular kid that we're working with, depending on their ability level. Now again, 5 simple movements I think should always be used when we're doing this. All right? 1 is inside of the feet only, then 1 foot only, both left and right, outsides of the feet only, and then a cut and push move, and then a drag and stop move. I think those 5 movements are pretty much standard that we can work with all kids, and then we'll explain how we can make it a little more challenging to the better kids, okay? So, first one, just have the kids go up and back using the inside of their feet only. And it doesn't matter how many touches they use, right? Just have them go up and then back using the inside of the feet only. Okay? And then after we have them do however many we want, depending on the time that we want to use it, we always want them to go and be able to use 1 foot only. So they can only go up and back touching the ball with 1 foot. So if I choose my right, it's inside and outside. And then using the same foot, or you can use a different foot the way back. Tell them the right foot one way, and they can go left foot the other way. All right. Another movement we want to cover is they have to use the outsides of their feet only. This is a little bit more technically difficult, but it's a simple one that we want all kids to be able to do. The better kids will just be able to do more proficiently than the other kids. So outsides of the feet only, and we want them to shift and get to the other side of the ball and not crisscross their feet. Have them shift and go on balance before they touch it the other way. Touch here, shift, shift. No crisscrossing. Right? We also want to, again, depending on the level of kid, show a cut and push one. So when they get on one side, it's cut, push it through. Cut, push it through. We've probably all done it before. The lesser kids might not be able to do it as well, but we show it to them anyway. Cut, push, cut, push. And then the 5th movement we always want to try to cover when we can is the drag stop, where they have to drag the ball and then stop it with the other foot. Again, probably one more geared towards the better kids. The lesser, especially younger kids, might struggle, but we show it to them anyway. Now, the most important thing we can do with this simple activity, where we can use it with all levels of kids, is that whatever movement we want them to do, we time them. How fast can we do whatever movement we give them, and they can go up and then back. So we're wearing a watch, second hand, stopwatch, whatever you have. How fast can they do a movement up and back? And you give them that time. Have them do it a couple more times after a little bit of rest, like I need right now. And they always have a benchmark. Anytime we use time for kids and we say, how fast can you do this? That is an instant benchmark. And if they make that time faster, it shows them instant improvement. Makes kids feel good. Right? Now, some of the more challenging movements we can use within those 5 movements for the better kids is that whatever movement we want them to do, except for the cut, push, and the drag, which calls for multiple touches, the other movements, we challenge them. Can you get through, up and down with only 1 touch in between the cones? So, if I'm going to challenge the better kids with a simple inside of the foot touches, can they only use 1 touch to get through? More technically demanding and more challenging. All right? Lesser kids may struggle with that because it only takes one touch. And again, it's a little more difficult. Same thing with one foot. Can they use one foot using only one touch to get through the cones? All right? Obviously, we can use that with both the right foot and the left foot. Outside of the foot, same way. Can you only use one touch? Very challenging and demanding. One touch. Very challenging. So, a simple activity gives us a wide spectrum to work with ability levels. It all depends on what demand we put on them. And as coaches, we have to be able to observe and assess how far we go with that player. Is it the lesser one who's still struggling with the simple movements with multiple touches? We continue to work on that. And again, if we time them and they're able to just do the simplest things, at least they're going to be able to see if they're doing those simple movements at a faster time. A faster time is obviously an instant feedback on if they're getting better and they're getting quicker. Because if they can make the time better, obviously they're getting better with the ball. And hopefully they take that with them at home and practice, which we encourage. We have to encourage it. So a simple activity that has a wide level of skill levels with kids that you can use for anybody you're working with. It's just a matter of us make sure we're matching the right demands with the right kids. We don't want to make it too simple, but we want to make it challenging. That's our job as coaches, to find out how it fits the individual player that we're working with. So have fun with it, keep the kids working hard, and be positive. Positive encouragement, always giving them something to try to achieve and get better.